I'm actually doing a one-to-one photo workshop, scouting out compositions. And exposure up.
Yeah.
First one is ISO. Sometimes the only way to get the shot is to get things set up at some strange angles. Recently I was contacted by Damon. Now Damon's a subscriber to my channel, and he contacted me to ask if I could do a one-to-one landscape photography workshop here in Spain. And of course I said yes. I'd love to. Now Damon wanted to learn a bit more about exposure, manual exposure, and perhaps being a bit more creative with the exposure capabilities of his camera. And 2 days ago we headed out for a full day of landscape photography. We headed off to a location that I knew we would be able to shoot throughout the day. We weren't going to be relying on golden hour, and it would offer plenty of opportunities for Damon to practice the skills he wanted, and hopefully to get some nice images while we're about it. Now of course, during that workshop I was very much focused on making sure that Damon got what he needed from the day. But as we got a bit later in the day and Damon started to do more on his own and need my help less, I was able to do a few images myself and also to do a bit of vlogging. So some of my normal stuff, but also a little bit of background about the behind the scenes of this one-to-one workshop. And with Damon's permission, I'm going to share it with everybody else. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's head on over and see what happened. Hello guys, thanks for joining me again. Today I am at Elche Dam again, but I'm here for a very special reason, because I'm actually doing a one-to-one photo workshop with a guy from England who got in touch with me, and I thought I'd share with you a little bit of that workshop and how it goes, and who knows, maybe it's something you'd be interested in doing as well.
She's definitely right, it is a really nice place. Maybe to move over, get that tree out of the way. Zoom in a bit more and just touching on that some more detail bit. So let's just go right in here. Where would you be looking to go on this? Got a pretty flat sea.
Okay, so we finished up on the main side of the dam, come over to the other side to look at where the river flows through, and we've got another waterfall here. Obviously quite a lot smaller, but hopefully another opportunity for some photography, and Damon can practice his skills a bit more, and I might even take a shot as well on this one. Scouting out compositions. Okay, so one quick shot of this new waterfall in the bag. Looks quite nice. Long exposure, just about 3 seconds I think it was. But hopefully it will look reasonably nice. So Damon's setting up for a composition now, so I'm going to be helping him out, making sure that he's getting whatever help from me that he needs. And then I think there's another shot to be had here with a longer focal length. So I'm going to have a look at that in a minute.
Ten stop needed, do you think, or would you go for a sort of 3 stop, or would I need it? Because obviously I've got the 6 stop, I don't. So
yeah, I'd say go for a 10 stop. scene, so you can probably get away with, you know, anywhere in the scene. Now you can put your filter in. You can exposure up.
Yeah.
First one is ISO. And normally, as a base ISO 64,
Yeah.
100 for you.
And then
Go to f2.8 and you can really end up with, you know, a shallow depth of field that way. So, we've had a bit of lunch. Do you enjoy lunch? Where are you? You're there.
yeah, very much so. It's made me look forward to this second part of the session even more.
Great stuff. So we come down to, yeah, it's another little bit of waterfall, which we're trying to set up on. So at the moment, Damon's using my tripod because he's bought a sort of fairly lightweight travel tripod, which isn't very tall. And my tripod being a bit bigger, we can extend the leg down and get it right into the water to get a better composition.
Should be alright. You can probably drop back a little bit.
Like that? Oh, don't fall in. Sometimes the only way to get the shot is to get things set up at some strange angles, like the tripod we got set up here. But hopefully it makes for an interesting composition. In fact, I think I like it so much I might do it myself in a minute after Damon's finished. Okay, so Damon got a shot here, and I like the idea so much I've decided to do it myself. So I've got a portrait orientation, 16mm on the 16 to 35 lens, and I'm going to do a shot at about 6 seconds with a 6-stop ND filter and a circular polarizer. And then I'm going to do another one at probably about 1/10 of a second without the 6-stop ND filter. And then I'll do a little bit of blending in Photoshop to bring through some texture in the water, just in certain places where I think it needs it. Yeah, so that's looking nice for a detail shot, maybe long lens. Get in there, they've got that quite nice coloured bush. We've got the dead trees, and then we've got some nice reflections in there, so that could make for an interesting image. So Damon's setting up now, and I think I'm going to set up alongside. I think there's room for two of us. So it makes for quite a nice, almost a minimalist scene. It's just this little bush here and this little dead tree here. Shooting at 200mm f11, and I'm going to do a shot without a 6-stop ND filter, and I'm going to do one with, and decide later which one I prefer. I think we'll get, you know, obviously we'll get slightly flatter water with the 6-stop ND filter, but we might get some blurring movement in the branches on the bushes because there's a little tiny bit of breeze, not much. Merging the two together is a possibility, but I'm not sure. It might be too tricky because of the way the bushes are shaped, but we'll see. Okay, so one shot at 6 seconds with a 6-stop ND filter, and one shot at 1/10 of a second without the 6-stop ND filter. Like I say, I'm not sure which one I prefer yet. Okay, so walked basically up to the far end of the reservoir. Took that one image of that sort of dead tree and that bush, which I actually think looks quite nice. Quite minimalist. Yeah, I quite like that. But not really finding anything to set up for that sort of the big finale shot of the evening. We're about 40 minutes from sunset, but we've already started to lose light on a lot of the scene because the sun's gone behind the hills. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to get something interesting. We could get some colours in the sky. And we've come round to probably the final waterfall, so we're back on the waterfalls again at the minute, and it's this one over here. I'll give you a quick view behind me. This one here. The interesting thing about this one is you've got this quite nice kind of fish tail at the bottom, and then it kind of meanders up, and then the side of the dam here, and then of course in the background there's some of the hills, and who knows, we might get some colour in that sky. So I think we're going to have a little play around here, see what we can find, and this is probably going to be where we end up the evening, I would think, unless something else leaps out at us.
So it's not a lot then? Just under a second.
So we're still waiting. The sky over there behind us, which is actually in the direction of sunset, is gorgeous, which is really frustrating, but so often that's the case. The fact that we got some colour over there just gives me a bit of hope that we might get some over this way, but so far nothing. But we can still enjoy it. We'll give it a little bit longer, maybe another 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes, and see what happens. If the colour over that way starts to fade before anything happens over here, then we'll know it's all over. Okay, so colours have faded, it's going down to sort of violets and that over that way now, and nothing really came over this side, so we didn't get a fantastic sunset, so sorry I couldn't deliver that for you. But I tried. But hopefully we've got a few decent shots knocking around here. And have you enjoyed the day?
Yeah, very much so. As I hear, Alchi Dam is a really fantastic place to walk around. We've been to 4 or 5 really great spots to take photography.
Excellent.
And albeit we've lost that in the sunset, it's still been a fantastic day, and I definitely highly recommend people to come here, and of
Brilliant.
course recommend Ralph if you're looking to have a one-to-one and learn photography.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
So hopefully you've got out of the day what you wanted to.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
the main thing. Brilliant. So I'm going to wrap things up for now. So if you're interested in a one-to-one or even a small group workshop, then please get in touch. And I'm going to wrap things up and we'll head back to the car now. We've got about 15 minutes walk back to the car, and then a bit of driving to do. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have and you haven't done already, please hit subscribe. Likes and shares are always appreciated, and as always I love to hear from you, so comments go down below. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Thank you very much, and until the next video, bye.
Bye.